Open any history book, and you'll likely find photos like this one from famed photographer Ernest Withers. Withers had a snapshot of African-American history like no other. He witnessed the height of the Civil Rights Movement, the Cold War, critical moments in America's pop culture. And he's also a Memphis, Tennessee hero, but his reputation was tainted after reports that he was actually living a double life as an FBI informant.
Trying to say that he, quote unquote, betrayed the movement. And I can honestly say you're wrong, because his work started way before then, and he used a skill which he was very good at to protect lives. And that's my position.
And that was a clip from a new documentary on PBS titled The Picture Taker. And the director and co-producer of The Picture Taker, Phil Bertelsen, joins me now. Phil, good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
So tell me, why is Withers' story an important one to tell?
Well, it's important to tell because of the breadth and scope of his work and the importance of what he photographed, and to realize that it was more than, he was more than just a photographer. He also was providing information to the FBI, and it points to just a complicated legacy and a complex man. And this idea that, you know, we're one thing or another is really not true. We can be a lot of different things, and Ernest was, in fact, multiple things at the same time.
So do we know now exactly what he was doing for the FBI, what he was telling the FBI, what the FBI wanted him to do?
Well, we do know that the FBI wanted him to provide photographs and names of people who were involved in the movement. You know, everyone from Martin Luther King Jr. to Andy Young and Reverend Joseph Lowry, all of whom are in the film, and all of whom have mixed feelings about what Ernest did. At the time, during the Civil Rights Movement, J. Edgar Hoover's counterintelligence program known as COINTELPRO was in full swing, and Ernest was one of the foot soldiers providing information to his handler in the Memphis office, a man by the name of William Lawrence. And there are records that indicate Ernest provided a number of photographs and a great deal of information. As to what he said in particular, that is hard to tell, because these were reports and documents filed with the FBI and written by his handler, William Lawrence, and not in the words of Ernest. So there's some mystery there as to what exactly he told them. But there is, you know, it's a fact that he provided photographs and names of those associated with the movement.
So is it possible that those photographs could have led to, I don't know, any type of dangerous activity or possibly hurt those that were trying to fight for the rights of African Americans?
Yes, it's possible. Ernest had a source symbol number, ME338R, which we were told indicates there were 337 other informants prior to him. So he was not alone. The degree to which he provided information and the importance of that information was indicated by the fact that he was source one, often referred to in documents as source one. So they took great, I think, put great value on the information that Ernest provided. As to whether or not it was involved in any kind of nefarious activity on the part of the FBI or the Memphis Police Department is unclear, but the cumulative effect of what he and others were providing at that time did ultimately do harm to some people in the movement, making it difficult for them to find jobs, get mortgages, and that sort of thing. Life could be inconvenienced if you showed up on a list somewhere, and that was something that Ernest and his informing ultimately helped to do.
So why do you think he did it? Did you get any kind of new insight through those that you interviewed as to why he would do it?
You know, it's difficult to say. I mean, the only person who can answer the question as to why and what his motives was Ernest himself, and he took this secret to the grave. In the film, we speculate at a number of motivations that could possibly have been at work, given his profile and history, but only Ernest knows for sure why he did what he did.
Did anything shock you as you were putting this together and interviewing people and digging through various documents and information?
You know, I think the most surprising thing to me and my producer, Lisa Yasui, who was a close creative collaborator on this project with me, was the unwillingness of people to actually point a finger at Ernest and condemn him for what he did. There was a very kind of nuanced response to his activities, and people were really more interested in the body of his work than the impact of his informing. And I think we had set out expecting to find people, you know, really cursing his name. And in fact, that was not true. He's still very much a heroic figure in the eyes of those who he was involved with at that time, particularly those in Memphis.
Final question, has the FBI responded to your work, to your documentary?
Not directly, no. But, you know, I think the FBI is ultimately, you know, on something of a contrition tour when it comes to COINTELPRO and the J. Edgar Hoover era. They've been very transparent to the degree that they can. And the paper of record, the commercial appeal that broke this story, journalist Mark Pereskia successfully sued the Department of Justice and the FBI to get them to confirm or deny his accusations. And he won that lawsuit. And as a result, the FBI made public a number of files related to Ernest informing. So to that extent, the FBI has been cooperative in wanting to kind of clear up any mystery about this history. Yeah.
Well, it sure is intriguing. Director and co-producer of The Picture Taker, Phil Bertelsen, thank you so much for your time, Phil.
Thanks for having me.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.